Alright, good morning guys. It's truly morning. I'm filming this at about 7 in the morning before work. But I've got some developments to show you. As you can see, this is a new structure. This isn't part of the village. Hold on. I won't show you it quite yet. It's not that impressive. It's under construction. But I was doing some of my mining because the original idea behind... Is this your home? Not anymore. Go away. Because the original idea behind coming to this village was that I wanted to sort of resource up and find a nice location before I settled down anywhere. But as you can see, it's going to be a bit difficult to travel with all of this, and especially if we just keep getting more and more. Which, by the way, did you guys see diamonds? I stripped mined all the way down. I think it was negative 58 and 59. Apparently that's where the diamonds are most common. And then I just dug. I just dug on that level. I picked and picked. It was that meme where it's the guy picking and he stops like right before the diamond, but I didn't stop before the diamond. I got to the diamond. And we'll be going back down there again at some point. But I figure you guys have had 2 episodes of mines already. So I thought we might shake it up. But I thought I like this village, you know? Like we've got the little like fishing plank at the entrance. It's really quite a beautiful village, and it's where it all started, you know? This is our village. You can't claim it as your own and then abandon it. There's a responsibility that comes with it. And I really want the cat that I keep hearing. So we're going to have to be able to always come back here. And I thought, well, we need a beacon. We need like a watchtower of some type that we're going to be able to see. That was you! Evil cat. I need fish, I think, to get a cat. Is that right? I don't know. I really want that cat. Anyway, up we go. Watchtower so that we could always find the place. So I went up to the hill and I thought circular would be cool. I've never built something circular in Minecraft. So I sketched out the circle on the grass. I know there's like a computer program that you can use. And obviously the bigger, the more circular you're going to be because you have more blocks to work with to get the curve. But this is the first layer. And it's going to keep going up, but this was initially meant to just be a watch point where we could come and see what was going on. But look at this view. We got the bonsai over there. We got I think that's birch over there. We're in the oak. I don't know what type of trees those are, but they're different. Like, this is beautiful. We can see everything. If we had a jungle somewhere in view, this would be perfect. But now I'm thinking it wouldn't be too bad to stay here for a while. Make this so high that we can see it from all these different vantage points. And then at each vantage point, we build a watchtower. And then we have sky bridges, like in Star Wars. What's the second movie called? Not Phantom Menace. The one where Anakin's suddenly an adult. I don't know. Sky bridges like in that city, in the main city. I'm really showing my lack of Star Wars knowledge. That's the idea right now. I don't know how tall we'll make it, but I think it's gonna be pretty damn tall. I've also realized I have nowhere near enough wood. But if we do it, maybe. What if we go... Wait, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we maybe double that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. Oh no. It's alright, we'll take some damage. I actually think maybe 5. Ah! That's okay. Okay. This is gonna be good. 1, 2. Place one down. Oh my god. My little mouse scroll isn't good. And then 1, 2, 3. Whee! that was stupid. Look at the view even from here. It's beautiful. It's incredible. Did my first workout of the year yesterday, guys. It was as you would expect. I got in a really good habit of it towards the end of last year, and I was enjoying it. And then, you know, Christmas comes, and you've got other priorities. And I fell out of it. And I did my first one of the year yesterday. It was very minimal. It was kind of just to do it, just start the habit again. You just got to start easy, you know, build back up to it. I just did some basic weights. I have actually probably once in my life had a moment of real consistency with working out. I used to do, are we all the same height with this? Yeah. I used to do Muay Thai. Back in year 12 of high school, I started. I was doing Muay Thai. I got really into it. I would go to the gym, train 5 days a week. I had an actual, can we place? Thank you. I had a Thai trainer. I'd do pad work with him 5 days a week. And he'd give me, you know, 200 kicks on the bag, and then 100 push kicks each leg on the bag, blah, blah, blah. Sit-ups, whatever. And then I'd do skipping at home, whatever. I was really into it. But I hit a plateau because what you're training for in Muay Thai and other combat sports at a certain point, once you get to a certain level, is to fight. And I didn't want to fight. I don't want that, you know, what's it called? I don't want any damage to be done to myself, or I didn't count. 2 more? I don't want my head to be knocked. I got my head knocked once. I was doing sparring, wearing the protective headgear. That just makes your head a bigger target. It hurts just as much. If you think about it, you're getting the same force of impact. It stops the skin from breaking because there's it's not whatever's hitting you to skin, but you're getting the same amount of impact, and it's just making your head a bigger target. But yeah, then I still kind of kept training, even though I was didn't have as much to train for. But then when graduating, 1, 2, 3, sorry, I can't count and talk. I decided to go on a gap year, and I went overseas to Poland, because my first choice was Spain, but I guess it's a bit more of a dangerous country. And I was doing it through a volunteering agency where basically you taught and then you got free board at a house. And the agency, you had to be 18 before going. I would turn 18 basically only a couple days before, not at the point of signing up. And so they said I couldn't go to Spain, but I was like, fuck it, I'll still go to Europe. So I went to Poland. It was amazing. Let's go check the height from down the bottom. But this was 2020. So if that year rings any bells, higher for sure. But do we keep doing rings? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9. We could do 2 story, the third story is the top. I think that sounds good. Yeah, it was 2020 when I went. I went basically very, very start of February. And then, of course, I was there for about a month, met some incredible people, had a lot of fun, was living it up overseas, and then the pandemic hit. And I was kind of stuck over there. That's not how you make a ladder. How do you make a ladder? It's just sticks, isn't it? Ladder. It's just sticks. I was stuck over there. It took probably 3 months. No, how long? The pandemic started in March. I like everybody was like, it'll be fine. It'll be over. So quick. I was even asking the school because they had to do a school lockdown. I was like, while the school's locked down, do you guys mind if I, go to Copenhagen for a week? I've got some friends that are going to Copenhagen. Can I go with them? And they were like, yeah, sure. Like, we'll contact you when the school's back open. I remember the day we were meant to go to Copenhagen, there was talk of everything closing down. And I was like, oh shit, like, do I still go? Like, if I get stuck in here, at least I have accommodation. But if I get stuck in Copenhagen, I'll just be in, like, what do you call them? A hostel. And I'll have to, like, pay for that. That won't be free accommodation. And so day of, very sad, I cancelled everybody who was going to go. We had, like, a group of 3 or 4 of us that were going to go to Copenhagen. We all cancelled out. Well, we didn't even get refunded, I don't think. But we decided not to go. Which was the correct choice because the next day, borders closed to everything. So that was March. And then I sort of thought it would blow over for about a month. And then it just didn't. And it took... I think I got home in about July. And that's probably the most, like, I don't know. I was, like, not cognizant for parts of it because it was just so, like, I was in a foreign country away from my family. The family that I was with was lovely, but they were very quiet. We obviously spoke different languages, and I was an angsty teen. I look back on it now, and I'm like, I would have been more positive and lived differently. We're out of wood if it were to happen now, but we can't change the past. But yeah, I fell out of, like, every good habit that I had during that time. And then, of course, when I came back to Australia, that was one of the worst parts because you didn't get to go home straight away. You had to quarantine in a hotel for 2 weeks. The hotel didn't have windows that opened. You weren't allowed to go outside. You could order food, but that was going to cost money. So you got, like, the hotel food. What are we doing? Wood. So it was pure isolation. And I was still not even in my hometown because that's not where they did the quarantines. They did the quarantine in Sydney. So it was really weird actually coming back from Poland. The military, because I guess they had nothing better to do during COVID, 'cause what international, shit is going to happen. The military escorted us to the hotel that we were going to do our quarantine at. So we got off the plane at the airport. We did the bag check and we go out, and there's just all these army dudes escorting you around, and then they loaded us onto their army bus and took us to the hotel, which was apparently a really nice hotel. No, I don't even remember the name of it. My view from the hotel was the balcony of another hotel, maybe apartment, and I got to see a man doing half-naked Tai Chi every other day. That was the highlight of my time there. Add a little smile to my face. But yes, my original point. I lost all my good habits. I'd gotten so fit, and then it all just went crumbling down. And, takes a long time to rebuild habits, if you know what I mean. Is this correct? Yeah. And then we go here. But yeah, since then, I haven't had many moments of super... I was for a little bit. I did rock climbing for a while, which I loved. And I would go to that like 3 or 4 times a week. But that costs a fair bit of money, a rock climbing membership. How much? Let's just make all of this into planks. I think the base membership for rock climbing was about 30 something Australian. So if you're using the universal currency of the US dollar, that'd be about $16-17, which I guess isn't too much, but we're in a housing crisis and stuff right now, guys. We can't bloody afford to live. But I plan on getting back into stuff like that. But at the moment I just work out at home. And it works pretty, it does. Oh, we need so much wood. Anyway, that was my little, I was so that Poland thing still, you gotta live and move on. It really doesn't upset me anymore. It's a good little story to tell. I would have had so many better stories to tell. Like, I was gonna go to Copenhagen, Amsterdam, like all of the sort of surrounding cities. I had a friend who lived in Mallorca. I was gonna go and live with her for a bit, but that's looking pretty good. It is what it is. Not everything happens for a reason, but you gotta find the reason and everything, because it is what it is. That's your life experience. That's what you've got to build off. So that's what you gotta go with. And I'm sure that there were people who had it a lot worse during COVID. But yeah, maybe one day I'll make it back over to Europe from Australia. The plane ride's freaking ridiculous though. It's, I think, what is it? It's about a 20-hour plane ride. 20 hours sitting? You kidding? That'd be a form of torture. But we do it willingly because we get to eat fresh croissants. And in Poland, I guess there wasn't fresh food. There wasn't. It was pierogi, which is potato dumplings. They don't do dumplings, they do potato dumplings, and then various bits of bread and meat. And that was the diet in Poland. I don't know if I ate a single apple over there. But you know, they're cold, so I guess I'll use that as an excuse. Anyway, we've been going for a bit now. Let me know what you guys think of this, if you think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea. Because let's go up. We haven't actually checked out the view from our top layer. What is this? Is this because I've got a shield on my back or something? Yes. Yes. And then we're going to be going even higher. And then we put imagine a little watchtower there with the bonsai. Maybe we'll make it a more Japanese themed one. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. And then a watchtower there. Oh, what's that? Are they pumpkins or is that something special? And then a watchtower there, like really off in the distance. Like you can just see it peeking up through, I guess that's the atmosphere. And then one there. Imagine it, guys. This is going to be the most elaborate, incredible. I could have just ended it all there. What am I doing? That'd be a lethal fall. Anyway, thank you for joining for this watchtower journey. I have no idea what'll be done by the next episode, but I'm really enjoying doing this series so far, and I hope that you'll enjoy watching it. I'll be putting up the first episode of it either today or tomorrow, depending on when I can organize my thumbnail. That's the bit that annoys me most about making videos, because I'm not very good at it, but it'll be coming out soon, and I'm excited. I am very much enjoying this. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.